Hi, I'm Jason with Pacbrake Company, and today we're going to be installing one of our PacPro Leveling Kits. Please read the entire manual prior to starting the installation to ensure you can complete it once started, and that you understand all of the safety considerations. Today we are installing on a 2011 Ram 3500, but the procedure is quite similar for all our PacPro Leveling Kits. So let's get started. Step number 1, measure the stock ride height. Park the vehicle on a level surface. Using a measuring tape, measure the distance between the center of the wheel hub and the bottom of the fender well. This will give you your ride height. Step 2, raise the front axle. Place wheel chocks in front and behind both rear wheels. Raise the front of the truck high enough to remove both wheels and attain a comfortable working height. Place 2 jack stands under the vehicle's frame. Lower the vehicle until the vehicle frame is supported by the jack stands. Use the floor jack to support underneath the front axle at a suitable lifting point, such as the front differential. Remove the front wheels. Step 3, disconnect the sway bar end links. Disconnect both the driver and passenger side sway bar end links. Step 4, disconnect the lower shock bolts. Remove the OE hardware that is securing the shock to the lower shock mount. Repeat this step on the other side. Step 5, loosen the shock tower mounting nuts. Using a wrench or socket, loosen the 3 nuts that secure the shock to the shock tower, but do not remove the nuts. Step 6, remove the coil spring. Lower the axle until there is enough clearance to safely remove the coil spring and rubber coil pad from the vehicle. Remove the shock tower nuts that were loosened in the previous step. Then remove the retaining plate from the vehicle. Repeat steps on the other side. Step 7, assemble the coil spring spacer. Insert 3 set screws into each of the Pacbrake coil spring spacers. Torque each screw to 20 foot-pounds. Step 8, install the coil spring spacer. Install the Pacbrake coil spring spacer over the shock absorber and slide it up towards the shock tower mount. Install the provided M10 nuts into the coil spring spacer, set the screws, and tighten by hand. Slide the factory OE rubber coil pad over the shock absorber and seat it up against the bottom of the coil spring spacer. Slide the coil spring back into position. Torque the 3 nuts on top of the shock tower to 40 foot-pounds. Repeat these steps on the other side. Step 9, reconnecting the shock. Raise the axle and reattach the bottom of the shock absorber to the axle shock mount. Torque fasteners to the manufacturer's specifications. You can refer to the vehicle's service manual. Repeat these steps on the other side. Step 10, reconnect the sway bar end links. Use the OE hardware to reconnect the sway bar end links on both the driver and passenger side. Torque the end links to the specifications. Please note, suspension components that use rubber or urethane bushing should be tightened with the vehicle at normal ride height. This will prevent premature wear or failure of the bushing. Step 11, reinstalling the wheels. Install the wheels and torque them to the manufacturer's specification. Lower the vehicle back to the ground. Torque the sway bar end lengths according to the manufacturer's specification. Your kit is now installed and the truck is now lifted. Use a measuring tape to measure the distance between the center of the wheel hub and the bottom of the fender well for all 4 corners. This is your new ride height. Congratulations! You just completed the installation of your PacPro Leveling Kit. Please refer to your installation manual for all post-installation safety considerations. If you still have any questions or concerns, contact Pacbrake at 800-663-0096 or visit our website at pacbrake.com, which has all the technical support you'll need. To stay up to date on all our Pacbrake products, subscribe to our channel below. Thank you for watching.